Studio lighting. In this presentation, we'll discuss the types of lighting, basic posing, and where to put those hands. So, lighting for portraiture. In general, there are 3-point lighting, Rembrandt lighting, and broad portrait lighting. There's a short portrait lighting as well, and there's split portrait lighting and a butterfly lighting. When portrait photographs are composed, they are captured in studio and photographed as a control over the lighting of the composition of the subject and can adjust direction and intensity. There are many ways to light a subject's face, and there are several common lighting plans. 3-point lighting, one of the most basic plans using the three lights. One key light or main light, usually placed on one side of the subject's face between 30 and 60 degrees off center and a bit higher than the eye level. It is brightest light to set up. There is a fill light placed opposite to the key light to fill or soften the shadows on the opposite side of the face, and the brightness is usually between 1/3 and 1/4 of the key light. Backlight or rim light or hair light, usually placed behind the subject to provide the separation from the background by highlighting the subject's shoulder and hair. The placement and brightness is a matter of taste and technique. Rembrandt lighting emphasizes its texture and works well for full faces and but not narrow faces, and not good for ruddy faces. Very dramatic effect, and a diamond should be formed below the farthest eye and should be as long as the nose and not wider than the eye, and the key light should be slightly lower than the broad portrait lighting is when the main light is illuminating the broad side of the face and the shadow from the nose is being cast onto the short side of the face. In other words, the broad lighting is when more exposed side of the face is facing towards the main light. Short portrait lighting is when the main light is coming from the short side of the subject and the broad side of the face is more in shadow. In other words, if the subject's nose is facing left, the light is coming from the same side. Split portrait lighting is in broad shot and Rembrandt lighting. There will be a patch of the light cast onto the shadows side of the face. If the main light is placed so far off to the side of the subject that the patch disappears and only the half lit, that is considered to be split portrait lighting. Butterfly lighting is very popular over the past decade or so, and only two lights are used. Key light is placed directly on the front of the subject, above and above the camera, or slightly to the one side and bit higher than in the common for the 3-point lighting plan. Here, rim light is used as a second light with a reflector placed below subject's face to provide the fill light and soften the shadows. The lightning can be recognized by the strong light falling off the forehead and bridge on the nose and the upper cheeks, and by the distinct shadow below the nose, which often looks rather than a butterfly and thus provides the name for this lighting plan. Basic posing. Turn the body away from the camera. If you shoot a square on it, you will look very boxy, and sitter with look fatter than you really are. Shift the weight to the back leg, turning the leading foot towards the camera, and this should give the automatic S curve that look the best. And bringing the tummy to the side of the chest or shoulders back, this enhances the whole escape of the torso. If the bust still needs some help, you can bring the hands up, and the hands give a knack of looking long, so they need to be seen on the side, generally together with the relaxed pose. So the hands, there aren't really many places for the hands to go: thighs, hips, shoulder, and hair. Generally, you get a better image if two hands are not directly opposite. If the hands are holding something, make sure that something help the pose. Thank you.